What's up, guys? Welcome back. It's another week, another episode. Remember, we bring to you Under the Influence every Sunday. Tunakuletea guests, politicians, content creators, dancers, and just anyone who brings motivation on the media space. And of course, I hope you had an amazing week. I hope you are week. I hope you'll enjoy the previous week. And today we are having a politician. This guy, oh, he's not a politician, he's a political analyst. Yeah, he anajua matters politics, he's the best. He's here with us. Niaje Patrick?
Yes, I'm doing good.
Uko fiti?
Profit mbaya.
Kabisa kabisa.
Sasa
Thanks for coming through.
naona
Uh, nilikuwa naongea na wewe. There was a day we were talking nikagundua huyu msee hizi mambo za politics anakaa ameiva.
ziko hivyo man.
That's
Ziko hivyo.
That's why I had to invite you for the show.
Okay, and I appreciate it.
First of all, before we start the show, you can do a little bit introduction of yourself kwa watu wenye wanawatch na labda waku.
Okay. I'm Patrick Mwanzia. And I'm very glad to be in this show, influence show. In fact, I'm very thankful to Dennis for this invite, and I appreciate so much for the citizens that they are listening to me. I'm from Nairobi, and I'm just an analyst in accordance to politics. Yeah.
So guys, as he has done the introduction, is Patrick is a political analyst and kwa wale wenye wanapenda politics, this is for you. Before we start this show, I hope you catch up with last week's episode. We hosted Mwanzia. He is a dancer and the episode is already out on YouTube. Make sure you catch up with that episode. Kwa wale madancer, I hope hiyo itawa motivate. So Patrick,
Yes, sir.
as we start, when did you start analyzing politics?
Politics.
Mhm.
Politics is about leadership,
Okay.
and in accordance to leadership, leadership starts from, let's say, from what the day you are given birth, the way you go to school, the way you behave, how disciplined you are, and how you handle people, and also handling yourself. Now, I managed to be in accordance to leadership. I was elected as let's say a prefect till from I think like nursery school. I was a prefect, and that's how I managed, and I liked being engaged with some leaders, following some rules and regulations, and being governed. What do you know about being a politician? You must be someone to reject, and someone to either propose or oppose, in order to make the people that you govern, the people that are below you, satisfied in accordance with their lifestyle and what you are elected to do. In accordance to leadership, I said that I was elected as a leader in our school. It's something that I got motivated on. And being a class leader, I was being raised, and I did my primary school as a speaker of our debate in our school. So, secondary, I was I was elected as a prefect from one to four class, and now that's how I started following. Now from that, being being a prefect in school, that's how my mind twisted to another overall leadership in this overall thing. So just something from my heart. Okay.
So actually, the reason why I invited you here today is because I want us to talk about the national politics, especially Kenyan politics. And if I may ask you, where do you see Kenyan politics heading?
Just as an analyst, Kenyan politics, we are just I think like They're not heading to a bad state or a good state. Because when you try to classify these politics in accordance to your position, in accordance to the people in the government, you'll see it's challenging. How? Now, you know, in fact, the politics of our country, they aren't bad. They are very good indeed. Because, you know, some, we as Kenyans, we can say some things and we can see it, tuanze kusema eti politics ni mbaya, cause unaona huyu anaambia mwingine, huyu mwingine anamjibu, ama huyu mwenzako is trying to rectify the government. Iko hivi, we have the work and we have the function of opposition, and government without opposition or a country without opposition, it can't move quite well. So Kenya sasa hivi zinaenda vizuri inakuwa to me because there is no harm in accordance to politics. Yeah.
Lakini watu wanasema like Kenyan politics sahii mali imefika, watu wamechoka juu unaona bei ya vitu zimepanda, like economy iko juu kabisa, ile inalemea watu. Hata watu wengi watu wana feel tu wamechoka kabisa na sana sana na hii government yenye inarudi sahii. What do you think about that?
Ajua is something of course it has been happening. Ona kama vile wananchi wanasema watu wamechoka. Is because yani nimesema, unajua kuna ile hali ya kutumia what you expect and what the constitution of Kenya expect you to do. Now, like this government now, unajua kuna ahadi walipea wananchi, na usipotimiza lazima wananchi walalamike. So hii mambo ya unasikia mambo ya about the politics just according to the manifesto that they manifested to the citizens hawajatimiza. So unasikia hii iko hivi. They just on the government and on the you see like now you see the bei ya unga kuna kazi, but that's when I was telling my another friend that ukianza kulaumu government you must put it on its positives and on its negatives. For this government it has created another job opportunity. Ukiangalia kama mambo hii Ruto alileta housing. Houses watu wamepata kazi, watu wamesukuma. Ukiangalia like SHA tu imesaidia. Watu wengine wanasema haisaidii, lakini inasaidia basi.
But watu wanasema SHA haifanyi.
Usually on some counties hazifanye. Kama ulisikia venye that governor from Homa Bay, that Gladys Wanga, venye vile alienda kwa council committee, ndio alisema haifanyi. But unajua this is an initiative that government iliweka. So vile tu aliweka ni kitu haikuwa. Now the negativity about SHA, the negativity now ni kuwa SHA ilianza kufanya kazi wakati wananchi wako ready. Like how we are using NHIF, si ndio? Wewe unatumia NHIF. Sasa nilikuwa ukuje tu upate kusema tu mzazi amepika chakula hiki na wewe mwenyewe ulikuwa na yani mseme mzazi, yani wewe mwenyewe uko kwa nyumba upate chakula kimepikwa hiki, mzazi na yeye akuja na packed food, unaelewa? No, that packed food amekuja nayo, hizi zote si tu ni vyakula kula, si ndio? The target ya mtoto ni kula zote. So what meant with SHA, if I were to rectify the government, I would say this. SHA kila mtu kwanza angeregister upate NHF imeisha kabisa. Tuanze na SHA. Kwa hivyo wengine waliacha kwa nje, alafu wengine wakakoshia, ukapata kuna wananchi wameumia, wengine wameumia wengi sana. So the negative that you that on the negative side about SHA, nimekwambia wananchi wengi wameachwa. Ndio maana unafanya watu wanasema ifanye kazi, kwa sababu mtu aliacha tu kwa SHA, wenye tu wenye walichukua SHA mapema hapo ya wake.
So you personally unaweza sema like this government, vitu gani zenye una feel tu hapa naye hapa wajafanya kitu like wamefail as a government?
Government wamefeli on the other on the side of tena tu ajira. Ajira kwa vijana, unapata tu vijana wamesoma but hawana kazi. But unajua hatuwezi ongelelea mambo ya government is failing without the solution. We should give the solution. Now like vijana hawana kazi. The matter is wachukue vijana kadha wa kadha, fanya aje waweke katika kazi, naelewa upate like if is about job opportunities, they are creating some more jobs like if kama ni about farming, wanapeana those fertilizers, wanapeana kwa wakulima fertilizer nyingi, upate some industries they are working this the production from that farmer, it will give the other these factories very many produce, and I'm sure these young boys and girls they get that work to do. Yeah.
So and in which places do you feel like this government, najua hata kama mtu kuna part zenye amefail but there are some of the parts at least anakwanga ametry. In which parts do you think this government has really tried and imefulfill the way it promised?
This government it has tried. Ukiangalia kama bei ya mbolea fertilizer I think wakati wa Uhuru century ilikuwa like 6,000 per sack, but now it is 2,500. Prove me wrong. 2,500, just confirm it. Ukiangalia hiyo that sack ilikuwa 6,000 and about sasa iko 2,500. Unaona hapo kuna nini, it has tried. Let us not blame the government of just being lazy, or they are corrupt. We just balance on the all the things. Like I've said that on that fertilizer. Now there's another thing that has it has encouraged some farmers. Like the price of coffee, the produce, they has gone up in accordance to import, these imports and export.
And do you think the President Ruto is doing the right thing? Because last time uliona the strike about bei ya mafuta kupanda, and I saw a lot of people on the streets, and hadi watu wenye wana magari walikuwa kwa street, kumaanisha if the strike was being investigated, inamaanisha watu wakutokea tu juu ya bei ya mafuta peke yake, because of many other reasons that zinawa affect. Like, what do you think the government should do to make sure they understand everyone?
First of all, about the government and about those projects that happened on that Thursday. One thing to know, the government failed. The government failed. They failed how? You know, these Gen Zs were on the street to seek the solution. But the wrong thing that they did, the government themselves silenced them. And it's peaceful doing demonstrations. And the best thing you can do is just taking him to Subaru, to what? Take him to that prison. And you expect that these Gen Zs will or else stand with you. No, they can't. Because you have just silenced them. You have not stopped it. Yeah.
And do you think it was the right thing to go in the street and show demonstration? Ama was there any other way to solve that? Hiyo bei ya mafuta kuongezeka.
This is the best way, but like you know, demonstrations is something on the constitution.
Okay.
Yeah, so it is a law from constitution. So siko ubaya walienda ama nini, but the good thing and venye nimekwambia, demonstration are allowed in the constitution of Kenya, so it is optional. Yeah,
For now,
yeah.
we are approaching 2027 general elections.
Yeah.
And what do you think venye election itakuwa? What is the prediction according to you?
According to me, as an analyst of these politics, now 2027 will be very, and I hope it will be very a peaceful year ever in our country, because I think in accordance to elections, we'll be having all leaders being elected from that state of MC. I think we will do it in a clean manner, and I just urge Kenyans to be somehow peaceful this election. Now, in accordance to that politics that will be in 2027, I think you have seen some rallies conducted. In fact, they have already started to that to mark that election, and it is with a deep happiness, because we will be knowing the manifesto of these leaders before we reach on that date. And so leaders will come out with manifestation, and what I think will happen. Let the best and let just the best leader with the manifesto win the election. By the way, because we can't start fighting on positions while our country is messing up. We are making distractions all over. We are just being, yani hatuko katika ile hali ya kikatiba. Tusiwe watu wa kabila, tuanze kufurugana hivi. So I think it will be a peaceful election.
Sasa ukiangalia most of the people wanasema one term.
Yeah.
Alafu pia utaona Sifuna like akona more influence akona influence kubwa sana ya watu. I don't know whether he'll be running for the seat, for the presidential seat, but ukiangalia Sifuna akona very big influence where wameshikana na Babu Owino. At the same time, Ruto will also be vying for the presidential seat.
Yes.
And Maraga is also going to vie for that seat. Sijui Matiang'i kama pia will be vying. And hapa hivi, a lot of people say that 2027 election itakuwa very hard because a lot of people wanataka Ruto aende term moja. But pia yeye anasema amejipanga. So unafikiria who is going to win the presidential seat next year?
That's a good question. On the election, conducting, what we are talking about the ranking seat, that president sheet.
Yeah.
Okay. On that presidential seat, I'm sure leaders will come up with their, as I have stated, with their good manifestos indeed, and I'm very sure. Want you to know, Ruto will be vying. That is the one big surety that you should have. That Ruto will be on the streets vying for that seat. In fact, what we expect from our leaders, because we are more expecting of those other leaders, that's neither the opposition unite together, or else give either two candidates or else one candidate. Yeah. So on the matter of presidency, I think what we know and a surety of one thing that the or our president will be vying for that seat. Now I can't tell the flag bearer on the united opposition, but one thing to know about the politicians is that I think these are good men because they have united together and they are ready to face William Ruto on this election. And when you see like this, we have Stephen Kalonzo, Musyoka, we have Mother Karua, we have that Matiang'i, we have and also we have Vicky G, and then we're gonna have Team Linda Mwananchi sasa. And I hope the legal ground on that broad-based government. So what I think about that opposition, because one thing to know, as leader manager have already showed up on the street that they will join this opposition and come up with one flag bearer who will face that William Ruto. I think in accordance to, to, to the flag bearer, it is very early to say about flag bearer. And in fact, you know, I don't want to do it like on this or other side, but it is very hard for them to say. Let them just sell their manifesto to the Kenyans, and all shall be well. So on the matter of being on the opposition, one thing to know, unajua kuna wasaliti katika jamii. So hawa watu wote unaona wako pamoja hivi, wakati wa mamlaka ndio wataona kila mtu, utaona wasaliti wa jamii. They can all stand from 2022 up to 2024 up to 2026 December. And then while the rallies will start, you see leaders being bribed, politics of money. They have got the politics of cash. They will be appearing among those leaders. So the good thing is that we know each and every leader where he is. So in accordance with this opposition, you have heard about on my side on this leadership. You know, there's a confusion among the broad-based economy, the broad-based government. Sorry, and you can see there is there is a team of power. These are Oburu Odega. These are DM now, the leader ground. Then we have the UDA. Now, what I wish is that there will be a confusion between these broad-based because they are expecting and they have talked in their rallies such that they would have their ODM leader to deputize William Ruto. But the other side of Kikuyu, they are saying that they can't leave Kindiki alone. They are starting with Kindiki till up to 2032, and then the Kindiki will take over. So, in fact, they are somehow challenging, but we hope every leader will be given what he deserves peacefully, and they will decline the seat that every leader that needs. I mean, in this government, Ruto kupata naibu wa rais itakuwa kitu rahisi, itakuwa kitu ngumu sana because anataka hiyo ODM pia Oburu anaitaka. Na ulisikia vile Junet alisema Junet Mohamed alisema kuwa kiti ya I don't know if it's Junet or is Oburu, the youth leader. He said that ile kiti ya hii kiti ya deputy ndio tunalenga sana nayo, tunailenga sana. So what if they are not given? What do you think? There'll be some disruption. So on the other opposition, we have Kalonzo, we have Matiang'i, we have that Martha Karua, we have Kiji. You know, in regards to politics, politics is about numbers. Numbers and how you express your leadership in accordance to your way of life. See, like you know, as I do say, in this united opposition, nilikuwa nasema hivi, ona katika one thing to know about leadership in opposition and the leadership in Kenya, making it one term is a very easy thing, and it is also a very difficult thing to do. So one thing, the one successor that will make them to win or to predict winning the election is having one like there in the opposition. Is having two candidates in the presidential seat. Like how? And that is the hardest thing that will find some leaders, and that is the hardest thing that will harm leaders in that opposition, because they should vote yes every leader to one leader there now. So in accordance to those leaders, we have classified them because I think Sifuna will not come as ODM, will come as leader Mwananchi, and I think in the Mwananchi is the leader, so will come as Sifuna, and those other these will be there. So, and I wanted to say this, by the way. I wanted to say like there's only one leader who can make Ruto a two-term president. Only one leader who can make Ruto to be a two-term president. Now, and that leader is none other than Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka.
How will he make Ruto a two-term leader?
I said, yeye mwenyewe ndiye anafanya Ruto akuwe two-term president, not one term, two-term president.
Aje.
Hivi like now hata unaweza kuangalia mambo ya ukiangalia kama vile tu Kalonzo ameishi, there's no and even you research where, if you research where, there's no any political case, any corruption case yenye Kalonzo ameegemea, there's no corruption case. So kwa maana let me just give you a few story about this leader, or patriotic front leader. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka in 07, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka validated 800 votes. The votes that were on the 800,000 votes in the valid votes that he had in that election. 800,000 votes. In 2013, Kalonzo managed to give Raila Amolo Odinga 1.4 million votes, valid votes, and they are votes that Kalonzo has, and they have been confirmed. That's why the good thing and the bad thing with Kalonzo Musyoka, the votes that he has, that he has him only, they are confirmed and sealed. The leaders know. So in 2013, 1.4. In 2017, Kalonzo gave uh, Raila Amolo Odinga 1.8 votes in the election.
Mhm.
And in 2024, in 2020, I think, is it 2022?
Yeah, 2022.
Yeah, 2022, the same votes appeared on the tallying center. So, what am I saying? And what am I meaning about this leader? His votes are all over, and his votes, they are votes that everybody and every leader knows that he can validate. Even if elections are conducted today, those votes Alonso will get. Now, the valid vote that they are being conducted, there are some votes that are taken for tallying of these leaders.
Mhm.
Now, Kalonzo is contributing like all over the country, not in his region, but all over the country. He is popular and is contributing like 3 million votes. Now, these 3 million votes is the only vote that Kalonzo has in Kenya. And that's why I'm saying that it can make Ruto to be a two-term president. That's why, I mean, hawa watu wa United Opposition wakikaa chini hivi,
Mhm.
wasikie Kalonzo ako na shida. Kwanza muuliza shida iko wapi? Shida iko wapi kiongozi? Iko wapi shida?
Mhm.
Tatua. Wamuone hivi yani apate na homa. Even wanampea vitambaa hata ni 10. Naelewa. Because this is the only leader who can manage to face that our excellence William Ruto. How? You know, if Kalonzo can manage to join William Ruto, it is a say that he can't, and he has already said that he can't. If he can manage to join William Ruto, sure bet, I think William Ruto will be a two-term president. And and I think on my thought that if Kalonzo can manage to join William Ruto, I think he will be given on that seat of deputy president. You think like me?
I don't know anything.
Oh, you don't know. So on my side, I think you would deputize him. So in order to making him not go there, what I can call upon our leaders and our United Opposition leaders is that hata wakae chini lini, hata wakae chini waseme nini, each and everything that will say, each and every statement that will say, just they make sure that Kalonzo Musyoka is up, not to go to Ruto.
Okay.
Because that one will complete a two-term president, two-term period. So they just make sure that that man is satisfied on what thing. And the second thing, they make sure that the portion or the state that the leaders will give him, it will be the state now will be on a higher level, more than that Ruto can give him. Ensure the offer that the United Opposition can give Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka will be higher than that our president can give him in his government. Because huwezi niambia ati waanze kupea Kalonzo like cabinet ministry,
Mhm.
like hata tuseme the head of ministry na Ruto ampea deputy na Kalonzo akaa hapa, tutahama jamani, with our 3 million will go. So wenye wanafanya chote, everything that will do, just make Kalonzo Musyoka very happy. And I urge them, just protect him because he's a leader that he can make Ruto to be a one-term president.
Okay. I have three
Sorry,
questions.
you know, somebody like Matiang'i, even if he can defer to that UDA, you can't change the scales of united opposition. How? Someone like Gachagua, you can't change because unajua our leaders si ati wanaenda tu waende kupiga kura, wako na wananchi, wanafuta na wananchi. That's why nimekwambia 3 million hizi za Kalonzo they are approved, ni kura zinajulikana, na akienda Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka akienda huko kwa Ruto 3 million ataenda nazo. Matiang'i ako na ngapi? Wewe ukiulizwa the tallying center of Matiang'i, you can't specify. Now the other leader is Gachagua. Now Rigiji aseme aende, hawezi enda, si alikuwa huko na Kindiki alikuwa hapa. Kindiki alienda kwa serikali na Wakikuyu hata hawakuenda, they never followed him. So these men can't change the scales of the united opposition. They just make that our leader, the white patriotic front leader, to be the Canberra of the united opposition. And I'm sure he will say that His Excellency William Ruto peacefully and will defeat him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have 3 questions remaining.
Yeah.
Now, quite brief.
Okay.
What do you think about I want us to talk about abductions. Sakaja running for the president
Okay.
seat 2027, and I think Babu Owino also will be running for the seat.
Yeah.
First, what do you think about the abductions that are ongoing?
That is one. Okay, thanks for the question. But
Oh, what do you think about the abductions
yeah,
that are ongoing in the country?
the abductions,
Mhm.
you know, abductions they are going on. As now that is a first weakness that government is doing to Kenyans, and I think through the CS of the CS movement, and he personally said that they will solve the problem. So I think it's a part of government to solve those abductions and everything that will appear on the citizens. The role of the government is to do things constitutionally, following the constitution of Kenya, kufuata katiba. So tu wenye iko tu ni these leaders should put on their mind that the position that they do deserve, they are not given by their power. God chose them. So they should serve the leaders. The leaders should serve the citizens with courage and first of all being God fearing. And I think I just urge the government to change those and up those abductions. Let's put them to an end. Yeah.
Okay, about Sakaja running for the Nairobi governor seat, what do you think? And I think Babu Owino will also be running for the same seat.
There's a trade there's a trade about Nairobi that says that you can't go 2 terms in Nairobi County.
Okay.
There's a trade, but I don't understand with the trade. But you know, there are some things that are appearing. So see, like that in that city, there are pros of water all over. There are those sewages. They are not doing. See, like Gikomba, kule imeharibiwa. Ni hapa Uhuru Market hii imeharibiwa. These are Kenyans who are living in that city. So I think, and Babu Owino has moved and he has publicly said that he will face Sakaja. So I think Sifuna is this Babu Owino is not he can manage defeat Sakaja, because even in the accounts committee of the Senate, you saw Sifuna, we saw Sakaja, Sakaja being alleged by those senators that he has employed some leaders whom you don't know about their qualifications. By the way, there are some leaders in his state that are being said that they have not learned. yani, yani hii serikali yake iko na nini, ameweka viongozi ambao hawatekelezi na hawana majukumu kwa wananchi. So I think when Babu Owino will rise and fight for that seat, he can manage. That's a lot.
So Babu Owino will take the seat.
Yeah, in accordance to me, he will.
Okay, last question.
Yeah.
What do you think about the budget that was read just the previous day, the Kenyan budget?
Okay, the Kenyan budget.
Mhm.
The Kenyan budget. It was read,
Mhm.
and it was moved on to the parliament, and it was put and the president signed, and already it has been started
Implemented.
and implemented. In fact, we are using it now.
Okay.
Yeah. So the president has said that you know, remember we are going to Singapore. Remember. So I think this budget will take us to Singapore, and uh, in fact, the budget is somehow hard and somehow easy, but I don't want to go deep on that budget because what I think, if a leader is elected and he has gone to that state of being energy to have an idea to lead to the citizens, I think it can't abuse. It will not abuse Kenya. I want to urge Kenyans that we use it, but we use it and on bearing in mind that just a year in the year. Because even we if you decline it, if you do what, the thing will be as it is. Because as you see, as you saw on another other day, if if as a Gen Zs we can manage to go to the streets and we are being tested in prison, I think there's no problem with the budget. We just move on with as it is because it will just cause abductions by the way.
Okay, guys, we've been talking matters politics, and this guy he knows a lot about politics. That's why we had to invite him on the show.
Yeah,
And thanks for coming through.
I'm very grateful and I appreciate so much.
Where can these people find you?
You can find me on
Tumia ile kamera.
you can find me on TikTok. I'm Gregory Boys. Facebook. I'm Mwanzia Patrick, and on Instagram. I'm Mwanzia Patrick. Yeah.
Any last words?
And last word. Uh, by the way, you know, I do move with a with a theme of the show is very good. As you see, as the name suggests, influence. This is a good show that will influence on many things, many Kenyans, and I think will move far. And I want to argue that just hard work is, and I think balancing these actors, if it's a politicians, dancers, these singers, and also these rappers, I think will be very okay, and they will go in Gosney.
Thank you.
So my advice are just we just unite as Kenyans. We just urge to be us to be in a peaceful country, and we hope. And I want to remember to just to urge on the united opposition. Kindly make Alonso Musyoka happy. Thank you very much.
So, guys, thanks for catching up with this one. It has been amazing. We've discussed matters politics, and if you've not yet subscribed on this channel, make sure watch, like, share, and subscribe. I had 3 guests today. Moja alicancel, huyo mwingine sijui amefika wapi, but I'm trying to follow up after this. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and share. See you in a short while.